Good evening and welcome in, everyone. The reason I decided to do this late evening update, or actually almost into the start of a new day here on the Eastern Standard Time Zone here, is because XRP's had a little bit of momentum here, and I had a little bit of a copy trading experience that I'm not too happy about at the current moment, and I'll go over it in a second. But the bottom line is here, XRP right now, we're trying to push back over the psychological level here at 60 cents. And we'll look at not only that level, but where we need to push over if we can retake the psychological level and start pushing this back in a more bullish direction to avoid a drop back down to the 2018 resistance that's acting as a support right now for the first time in 6.5 years. Now, what happened to me on HOTCOIN is I was in a copy trade, which when I sold it, it was 0.5%. And the only reason I sold out of it right now is because the price was at, and I was in real time talking to the agent that I talked to. And in real time, the price was at, I bought in at 59.45. When I bought in, it said 59.45. The whole time it was basing it on 59.45. All of a sudden, when the price went to 59.77, it showed the price on ours was 59.50. The market price was 59.70, and I sent her pictures of the differential where it was showing me down when I was at 59.45 and the market price was at 59.70, but on the exchange it was showing a separate price at 59.50. So I was really upset because we should have been up like 5.7% and it's showing 1.2%. So then I'm like, well, what the hell is going on here? So the more it was going on, the more it was separating. Every time it would go up, it would separate the disparity. So I sold it out, just making sure that our audience would have a profit because there was 19 people in it. And then it goes up to where it's at now, which is up another, but who knows what price. So immediately when I sold, the exchange switched it from 59.50 up to 59.77. Right when I sold it, it instantly flipped back and it showed just the market price. That other price disappeared. And I have photos of it that I sent to them. And I don't want to share them right now because I'm sharing them with the agents and everything. And I'm seeing what they're trying to say. But I'm very upset about this. And I'm in an active trade still on BITUNIX. The exact same trade I opened with a little more money. And it's the reason why I say my number one is BITUNIX when I'm leverage trading. Because it's none of this nonsense. So yes, you can copy trade me and I encourage you to. But always open up a separate trade on BITUNIX. And that's what I'm going to give you the advice right now. If you're following me copy trading, and yeah, the users made like $19 on the trade, but that we would have made over 10% guaranteed. I'm up 13, or well, it would have been 13% at the moment because that's what it's at on BITUNIX roughly. And I would have had it at 10% if it would have come through. So it's a very unfortunate situation. So if anybody was in that copy trade and you're watching, you're wondering why that was closed, or you're wondering what the disparity is all about, that's what's going on here. So I wanted to get that off my chest. I don't really want to talk about it much further than that, but it really is bothering me because, you know, it takes a lot of work to pick the right spot to put into these copy trades, especially when there's so many people following it. And to have this isn't the first time this happened. Last time, it actually cost me on ADA. This time I was able to get out with gains, but it also forced me to sell out of it because the disparity, let's say the price is at 59.87. If it was the same disparity that it was before, it would have been giving me 59.60. It was a point, let's put it this way. On a 10x trade, the differential was 0.28% in real time, which is 2.8% on a 10x trade. So we were getting a minus 2.8% price differential from the market price, even though that's what we bought and we would have to sell at, but it's giving us a different price. So basically, I was getting conned and anybody in it was getting conned in real time. But that's what I keep talking about. The negative funding rate on the exchanges. It doesn't show it until after you buy into the trade. And it doesn't make any sense because it ends up getting wider and wider as you start getting more and more into the money. And then it disappears, all evidence, when you make a sale out of the trade. So I make sure to take screenshots of it as we were going along here. So, and I was talking to them in real time. So I actually got it in real time. So I'll let everybody know what happens with that, but that's just something that bothers me. So obviously if you're on HOTCOIN and you're copy trading, go in the video description below or just look at my homepage on YouTube and you'll be able to see where the links are. You don't even have to do anything. And join me on BITUNIX so that you can open up, even that's why I only do the $100 copy trades. That's it. And it's a shame because we're from our $100 to $1,000 challenge. We're from 100 and right now we're at $294 approximately. So we're up 194%. So I'm not mad. We even made a little bit of money today, but that's not the point. How am I supposed to do this if I'm getting a negative funding rate while I'm in the trade? It doesn't, and then that's not even a price that's ever shown on the exchange unless it's that scenario that pops up. And it hasn't happened for a while. It happened to me on ADA before, and that's when I suspended copy trading. And I don't want to go that route again, so what I'm going to end up doing, from now on, I'm not trading XRP or any of the other ones except for two of them, Ethereum and Bitcoin. It's the only two that has never happened to me on. And this isn't the first time on XRP, so I'll just strictly make the copy trades on Ethereum and Bitcoin, and hopefully we hope for the best there. But that's where we stand, and now let's get into the chart. So let me timestamp this. Good evening. 10:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So XRP right now, and I want to get this out to everybody. And I'm sorry I babbled for so long, but that's what was going on. And I'm gonna tell everybody what's going on. And I really do like HOTCOIN. There's a lot of opportunity there. But I am noticing the spot trading is much, it's a lot more convenient right now. That leverage trading side, especially with that negative funding right now, on some, that just anyhow, let's get past that. Just another reason why I always tell you spot is king. In leverage trading, you better be very, very careful. Even if you make a good trade, there's obstacles a lot of times that go on. XRP right now, short-term reversals here. We have an exhaustion wick here, which because of that, hold on. So we could come down here in the short time frame possibly, but usually with an exhaustion wick, it did that. So we should probably come down and consolidate if I had to guess. We could reverse up as well, and then we could just push past. But typically, when you see that start happening in the smaller time frames, it doesn't mean the pattern's gone away by any means. It just means that we probably will consolidate down a little bit. And right now, the 200-day would be a great spot. It's a barely even come down here to 59.78. It's not a big pull down here. But a lot of times we will get that consolidation down to those areas. So right now, look for like 59.70 area to hold if we come down a little bit. Actually, 59.78. And then, but what we're looking for over the top right now, and we've cleared this 2018 resistance by a pretty long shot now, and we're starting to push up pretty progressively. The bump and run pattern's playing out as it should right now. It's just we need to get past 60 cents to start breaking back into those higher targets, and this is where we're going to start heading towards, and I'll release this, is the rising channel resistance right now, which is at 61.8 cents. And then we've got the cup and handle resistance at 63 cents. Those are the two areas we're going to be heading towards. So make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this update. Got a little busy here this evening with my son. That's why I didn't do a live. And we just had a lot of stuff going on that just stuff that happens as a parent. So nothing, everything's good. We're all good. But still looks like a very nice pattern setup. Big bull flag. It's got a nice W reversal within a falling channel after a consolidation and a liquidation out of a rising channel breakdown. We've also got the cup and handle, and those are very bullish patterns. And if we can do this properly in the very near future, we're going to be heading up, whether the near future means 25 at some point, but we're going to be heading up to $1.18 at some point. We just need to take out 63.85 cents, and before you know it, we're going to be up at $1.18. So just pay attention very closely to these charts. Pay attention very closely to where we're at in the formation. And understandably, pay attention when you're on exchanges, especially when you leverage trade, from the shenanigans. Because even in real time, things always seem to happen. So spot is king. Make sure you look in the video description below and or pinned comments if you want to join via HOTCOIN and or BITUNIX. I love HOTCOIN. As you guys know, it gives me a lot of opportunity, especially with the XRP Bitcoin pairing. 9 times out of 10, the leverage trading's fine. I've done 63 or 64 trades in the copy trading. Only 4 of them I've had any kind of issue. Only 2 of them, it was such a disparity to where it made it noticeable. Most of the time, it was like, it was a 0.2% on the 10x, like, so it was like 0.2%, and then in 10x terms it was 0.2%, so that's doable. This time it was over 2.8. At the tip it was 3.2%, so that's not okay with me. So that's why I share it, and then you guys can make an educated and informed decision. I still encourage you to copy trade me, but in the meantime, you know, when I open up a trade on CopyTrade, I encourage you to open up it at the same time on BITUNIX, because BITUNIX is my A1 for a reason. I have no issues, and for 99% of the time I have no issues on HOTCOIN, but this is one issue that's occurred 4 times now. And I trade a lot, so 4 times might sound like a lot, but I do trade a lot. So it is what it is. Make sure you hit that like button, and let me know in the comments your experience if you've had this happen to you as well.